Now, I want to share something because for me, it really became a mystery of what the fuck really is going on. Seriously, for me, I was like, what is really going on? I would see an occurrence of something almost magical or horrible.
They specialized in.
Hold on. But I want you to listen. If you listen to how they say this name, which I say Callie, but once you listen to this book, I want you to listen to something here, and this really answers it. It really answers it. Now check this out.
If you're a 6-year-old child regularly watching cartoons on TV, you know who Kelly is.
Now, I'm going to take that as true. But with where they're going to go with it, I'm going to differentiate right now. Because all the kids that watch 6-year-olds, all the 6-year-old children watching TV can come with me. Because what I understand actual Callie to be, she's not going to not kill them motherfucking pedophiles. And you know what? If we have the same name, I'm going to help her. I'm going to help her by taking these motherfucking children away from them. Like this. This is imagination and magic working nothing finer. Behold.
If you're a 6-year-old child regularly watching cartoons on TV, you know who Kelly is. She appears in various shows almost invariably as an evil demoness who the badly animated superhero has to conquer. Alone amongst all the tantric deities, it is Kelly who has captured the imagination of the West. But rather than reviled, she is revered by countless millions of people. Ramakrishna, the famous Indian sage and saint, was one of her devotees. Rabindranath Tagore another. It's no coincidence that both these great men came from Bengal, for it is there that she continues to receive oblations and offerings of flesh.
Shut the door and go.
Nevertheless, traces of her worship are found throughout India and former territories of India. Her bad reputation in the West probably sprang from her association with the cult of the Thuggis, suppressed by the British during the days of empire. The Thuggis the word gave rise to our word thug were actually Muslims who took the goddess Kelly as their tutelary deity. They specialized in ensnaring and then robbing and murdering travelers. Originally, they were only supposed to attack male travelers and in their latter days attributed the downfall to the fact they had started to kill woman travelers too.
She was on the list.
But Kelly predates the Thuggis, possibly by several thousands of years. Some have associated her with the primordial goddess existing in India before the Aryan invaders imposed the Vedic ways and manners on the native population. No one truly knows her origin. She does, however, have an uncanny and an ambiguous image. Modern pictures of her show her standing on the dead body of her consort Iva, with 4 arms, a necklace of 50 human skulls 6, a girdle of human arms, holding an axe, a trident, a severed human head and a bowl of blood. 6. They represent the 50 letters of the Sanskrit alphabet. This document is copyright Mike McGee 1995. My email address is now mike.mcgee@beatinternet.com website. Around her rages a battle. She herself is the color of a thundercloud. Her protruding tongue drips with the fresh blood of her enemies. But this image is simply one of many, as we shall see. She is the goddess in her form as Dakuek, like one of the most popular Bengali images of the goddess. Her guises are many, and include Badre, auspicious, Kelly, Amawan, cremation ground, Kelly, and a host of others. It is only in the great tantric traditions that we find the real meaning of the gruesome images associated with Clyke. Although Hinduism was much reviled by early Western investigators for its idolatry and pantheistic practices, this was really a narrow view. Tantric texts repeatedly speak of the Devis or goddesses as being aspects of the one goddess. The same holds true for the male aspects. As individual humans all reflect the macrocosm, it's fair to describe the gods and goddesses of Tantra as specialized aspects of ourselves and, therefore, of life itself. Yet life has its dark and its light sides. Death and love, in the Tantric tradition, are 2 sides of the same coin. As we look to the sky, we can see the sun and moon as symbols of male and female, of Iva and Akti. In the Tantras, the moon is often taken as a symbol of the Devi, whether in its dark or its bright fortnight. When she wanes, her images and her iconography become progressively more dark and fearsome. But when she waxes, so her images brighten. When she is full, she is Devi Tripur 7, a high symbol of sexuality and life. So,
what does that mean? What does that mean? Is it something that one can just say, were they to know it, to someone else? No, I don't think so. Matter of fact, I've had, like, this, see this right here? This fifth? This is like, today would be, according to my new understanding of time, the day after my birthday, her mother's birthday, a friend of mine's mother's birthday, another one, the one that she corresponds to that she thought was dead, and a different sort of thing. But the yellow lunar seed, it's the challenge, and it's the seed, it's the power, it's the transfer of the power of one's semen over into the realm of woman, or it's just wasted on the non-conjugated dirt of the earth. You know, it's a curse on a man if he spill his seed upon the earth, for there is no way for the chance of life to exist. Not that anyone's trying to do that, but what it's saying is that the energy has balance in a way that you may not understand, but you're not balancing it either. You don't have to make children babies, but you have to be aware of the polarity of your power, homeboy. Because White Wizard, his most, the theme, or for him to learn in this world with I Am One, is this seed, yellow seed. That's what I'm supposed to learn. That's what is teaching me, or I'm supposed to assimilate the knowledge of that is. And throughout my life, if I had one thing to tell me what my seed and myself would be, also being a seed and a self, because this affects my children, my problems, it is my lesson to learn. It's what have I turned that seed into, if not my children and my passion? It's what challenges me. Fuck. The activation portal, see? So, and I get that now. I understand it. And a lot of buddy in there that's moved in there is a world bridge, which in a way, they all challenge me in a certain way, in a sort of weird, friendly, but, you know, not from a place that I'm aware of in the same way. But now I have a fullness of understanding that I didn't have. I have a more complete and likened to the whole. A whole, as in being like wholesome, the whole. Like I'm whole. And it really is that Orion element. You know, Brian Belt right there. And that's why my phone's right here. I mean, that's the most oppositional, either aliens, beings, service to self versus the service to other self. This is the war. It's right in that area. And see, I feel heard and I recorded it. I gave her what to do, but she didn't do it. And she's not able to pick it up that I'm saying it. And then when the subtlety to push into the next lesson to teach and experience, I don't try to assist somebody without learning new things myself. So if they get behind me in a stupid state and I don't figure out how to push them forward, that's the only way I know how to push them forward, is to, you know, create the magic in the circumstance that it is like this, where there was a problem, but it was because there was no, I don't think this person ever said one time what they're telling me that they said, because they didn't. I'm not the one that's not remembering here. I'm not the one with the deficit of understanding. I'll partake of it because that's the act of love. Is knowing when you could have the power and use it, overpower someone, but you actually don't. Because of the destruction it actually would bring. Now, although my little fucking assist isn't gonna stave the death that's already coming towards her because of her choices, but that doesn't follow me not to care and try to open a path of understanding for her. She's just not able to choose it. You connect the dots. They're quite connected already as far as I'm concerned. They're quite connected enough on their own. So it is sort of an occult thing, and it's taking advantage where she's giving that advantage away herself. And I just get silly clues with my glasses she took, and they're young. This is young. Yeah, well, that used to be Yam, which is the opposing monster that fights Bull and worse than Bull. So these things do amplify and get older and bigger and all fucking fucked up and deep in the story if you're able to fathom it. But most people, they're not, because they get hung up on some superficial level of bullshit that none of us have got any of the pieces correctly enough to, unless somebody actually kept them down the line and preserved it. But no one's willing to do that without changing shit up to their own advantage. It's not my fault, I'm just giving it to you like I know it to be. So, minor period of... See, I liked only my friend that I was creating, and she said she doesn't know who that is. Like it's a bad thing, and I said, well, you wouldn't know who it is if it's who you're supposed to be, and the freedom you have to recognize it's yourself. Nothing, I mean, it would be awkward if you didn't know it to be you. That just shows that you've got comfort in a lot of fucked up things you shouldn't. That's nothing wrong with knowing what's the truth. Just being able to get to it and communicate it that may be the problem when you actually start to do that. The real truth can be communicated to someone while they're being de-escalated from their misunderstanding, and then let stand on its own alone. It won't fall over and it won't kill you. But it'll be right there. And a person that doesn't love the truth will walk away and say little to nothing. But they won't fight you at it. They won't fight you in front of it. And they won't fail to see it either. So, you'll know, and that'll be the last place you get to go with them. Real talk.
Okay, look, I really do mean when I say that there is a strange thing that's going on, and like my music is playing, it starts playing way on its own if it's allowed to begin the frequencies. All right, that's not really something that should be happening that way. But if it's a glitch, this glitch is working in my favor, and thus I'm working in your favor. I'm working on the side of consciousness's favor, awareness. So this is what we're going to do. Google Hangouts. This lady, I don't even know her name. I've been getting every week a different number lady will start talking to me, and I don't know from where. The last one suddenly at the last day of the week wanted to become business partner and have me make some Facebook something. I'm like, I don't use Facebook, ma'am. I don't do it. It was a little bit scary because I thought I was being gamed. And I wasn't wrong. I just misunderstood. I misunderstood. It wasn't a matter of understanding, knowing or not knowing, or being dominant, top or bottom, or man or woman. It had to do with being willing to carry a certain real message for the real love that one really does have inside, and the actual power that actually brings to the equation is, when properly applied, the power, not the load. Load isn't what load they call. I think it's a factor of resistance. I don't know. I don't really think electricity and all that shit works the way we're told. But I'm using the terms I know to be terms I've heard, and kind of use them as I can see the words that as they are work. Excuse me. Can you move? You gotta move a little bit. Let me through, buddy. You're a better door. You're not a door. You're not a window, so you're gonna have to open the door. Oh, see, here I go. I tried to get in the water because I'm extremely overheated. But I tested my heart rate and my oxygen amount because I got one of those little devices, and I found if I was ever doing mystical type of things, that I would always incorporate some sort of biofeedback device if I had it and it worked. Because if I did that, man, not snake, then at least my metaphysical wiener dick can be non-snaky like, as it were, a radiative principle and not a vortex of collapse. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I could be that lightning bolt, you know what I'm talking about? Pow! Search for people. We're looking for Lay. It's supposed to be Lady, I don't know her name yet. You have to give her your email, and thus it'll be on your... Fine, then. Okay, I don't need to be in here right now. She asked me to do this. Do I want to? No, not really. I find it very unnecessary to some degree. But, you know, part of this is how these things are working. Anyway, I got it. I Google chat. If that works. Who's interacting? How? Excuse me, I'm gassy too. Should I have concealed that matter? Or should I edit it more properly and not discuss it? Be a gentleman. Does it really matter? That's why I changed my friend's face, whatever she says. Because that's Esoteric Rain's picture, not my friend. I think it would be that way for Esoteric Rain because she's a ball worshiper. I don't mean like balls, nuts, balls. I mean B-A-A-L, ball. Different people have different gods because of their understandings are different from those things that we think we know existed, or we believe we have some idea in our human dumb-wit brain tells us we're right. And we don't know. We have no fucking clue, nothing. That's not a problem. That's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. There's nothing to be afraid of in saying the truth, if that's the truth. Our understanding of these things that are greater than us is so limited, especially if you want to consider our understanding of the things that are equal to us. We don't know a damn thing about the next person next to us. Barely. Don't act like you know a fucking great long deal of. Maybe if it's your child or you created the being that you're talking about, but our interpersonal relationship game is fucking on the sad